Good evening, Mayor
Welcome.
and Council.
I would like your name and your address.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
You need my address? Bobby Starr, 7925 Ivy Park Drive, Columbus, Georgia, Fortson, 31808.
Thank you.
I must apologize for missing the last meeting. Again, Micah's promise, we are fighting sex trafficking of children through prevention and awareness education, evidence-based, trauma-informed, and we are raising funds to build a therapeutic treatment facility for trafficked girls ages 12 through 17. Our state is in desperate need for these types of facilities. There are only 31 therapeutic beds in the state of Georgia currently. I have prepared for y'all a folder that we're going to pass out. The reason I want it to meet specifically now, recent legislation is now law as of July 1st. This legislation is sweeping legislation passed by Governor Kemp. It's amazing. We can no longer charge children with prostitution. And that should be shocking to you, the fact that we have been charging children and criminalizing children. And we now recognize that under the age of 18, you are a child, and they are a victim of a crime, and they are to be treated like a victim of a crime. DFACS has to provide them with therapeutic services. Our buyers, the buyers of sex trafficked children, now reach a higher penalty. Traffickers of children can now face 25 to 50 years to life in prison. It's amazing legislation. I put that in here for you. Also, Micah's Promise is now a partner organization with the Georgia statewide Human Trafficking Task Force. And so our job on the task force is to disseminate and act as a liaison for our community. Right now, we created a flyer because there is identified best curriculums for our school systems. That was another unfunded mandate from last year, July 1. There are 7 identified best curriculums for preventing childhood sexual abuse that need to be in our schools. And so we have a flyer for our school systems, and we're trying to get that out throughout the state. So we want to start with our superintendents. If we can't get to our superintendents, we then created a flyer to get to our parents. So this way, the parents, we ask them, do you know what curriculum your school is using? And then they can go to the TARG, and they can go to their school and get something done. Also, I've included in here, and I'll end because I know I've gone past 5 minutes.
No, you're fine.
I'm good?
You're only halfway there.
Get out of town. I talked fast. Sorry. Okay. Is it hot in here? Okay, so the most important thing that I want to end with is the fact that not only are we fighting to restore sex trafficked children, we need to stop it. We need to prevent it. And prevention is key. And y'all gave Building Towards Wellness Coalition grant funds. The city gave them grant funds for the Stewards of Children curriculum. If we can prevent childhood sexual abuse, we can prevent the majority of trafficking, because the majority of trafficked victims were first sexually abused in early childhood. So we have partnerships and we collaborate with Building Towards Wellness Coalition. Y'all know the list is long here in the community, but recently several of us are Stewards of Children facilitators. Recently, Shelley Hall, the director of Victims Witness, was conducting a Stewards of Children training that we were at, and she made the point that if y'all at the leadership level for our community required city employees to attend Stewards of Children training, we would reach our tipping point. Because of that, we would be able to just really protect our children, really be the village for our children. So we want to challenge that to y'all. If you would please consider, you're paying for it already. You've made it free to the community, and help us get it further out.
It's just a 2-hour training. It's not
we bring it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, we're a traveling roadshow. So, yes. So I'm going to end with that. Not only are we fighting this, we're raising funds. We need $1 million to go. We have $800,000 towards the construction of the home. The land has been donated. The architect donated his work. God is moving in this. And this is going to the state is waiting for us. The state is aware of us. They're waiting for us to get this built. So join us. Woo! 29 seconds. Okay. I'm going to leave that challenge with y'all. And I have these folders for each of you. Can they introduce themselves?
Yes, and we've got a couple of counselors in Typically, we don't allow you to go beyond the 5 minutes, but if they have a specific question, you can answer that. Councilor House?
I just wanted to add my endorsement of that Stewards of Children training, because my wife and I went through it, and it was worthwhile.
Very good. Councilor, Mayor Pro Tem.
Hi.
Hi.
How can we find out when the training is?
I'm sorry?
How can we find out about
when the training is?
So you can go to our website, micahspromise.org, under events. It doesn't matter whether we're doing the training or one of our partner organizations in the city, we post when they're doing the training. So when Shelley Hall did her training at the City Services Center, actually, the facilitators will let us know and we put it on our website as well. But you can also go to d2l.org. And anytime Stewards of Children training is on the books, it all goes into that database.
What was that again? What was the D?
D2L, so it's Darkness to Light is the creator of this curriculum. So it's D, the number 2, and L as in long, .org. Oh, yes, it's in your folder. I provided, so this pamphlet is what the Stewards of Children curriculum covers. Basically what it does is it holds us as adults in the community responsible of setting up safe environments for our children.
I think it would be good, too, for those organizations to have youth groups.
Yes.
As part of that.
I'm a facilitator for a curriculum for youth, middle to high school. It's called Not a Number curriculum, and we're doing the best that we can to get into the schools. The first school that's allowed us to come and do just top down is Aaron Cone Middle School. He is allowing us to do Stewards of Children training with all of the staff of the school, including the janitorial and the cafeteria workers. Every single adult is going to get Stewards of Children training. Then I'm going to do Not a Number curriculum with all the 8th grade classes through their PE class. It's just amazing.
Well, we thank you. Thank you for what you're doing, and we're proud that our governor's taken such an aggressive stance on this, and I don't see why we can't get our HR department to see if we can orchestrate some of these training events throughout the city, and we'll see if we can get involved in that as well.
That would be amazing. I do want to tell you, First Lady Marty Kemp is coming here for us, for
Terrific.
Micah's Promise, to let our community know how desperately this therapeutic home is needed. And I'll tell you more about that when I have a solid date.
You got it. Thank you so much. Thank all of you. Oh, Councilor Allen?
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. City Manager, could we, Bobby, before you go, could we, I want to try to get you some airtime on our TV, our access channel, and see if we could get together and put something together, not just a copy of what she did today, but something a little more.
Well, I'll connect you to CCGTV, and we'll work that out.
That would be amazing.
And so, if Mayor,
Right.
yeah, and Mayor, if I may ask a question, you said it's 2 hours training?
The Stewards of Children is 2 hours,
and
we're going to churches and things like that.
You need the microphone for them to hear you on camera.
So they're all open to the public, or churches can invite us in and we can train their staff, their volunteers, their church members.
Yeah.
I can go to the different city offices. We'll take it to you. We'll make it as easy as possible.
And Deputy City Manager Goodwin is indicating the Youth Advisory Council would be, and she could handle that.
We were already making, we were making those connections when I saw that crowd of youth. The thing is we need to train those youth because they're first responders too. What people don't understand about first responders, it's who's in the thick of it. So if we can train those children to advocate and to identify, then we're going to start identifying the traffic victims in our community. Because trust me, they're here.
And so I'll try and figure out how I can do department heads first, and then from there. So we'll see.
All right, y'all are awesome.
Yeah.
Just thank you so
Thank
much.
you.